All right, everybody, it is 3:05, and though people are continuing to trickle in, I do think we should get started. So welcome, thank you, and for coming to our reception today and for being a part of our Age Social Work family. Most of you know me. My name is Nancy Kosmal. I'm an associate professor at UMBC, at Age Social Work's vice president and your host today. I want to welcome you all on behalf of the officers of Age Social Work. So Todd, if you could flip to that next slide. Todd Becker is running our slides for us today. So thank you and shout out to Todd. So welcome from the officers of Age Social Work. The main feature of our presentation today is recognizing all of the wonderful things that have been happening in Age Social Work over the last year, honoring our award winners, hearing about wonderful things that are happening with the Journal of Gerontological Social Work, which is our journal, honoring our 10 pre-dissertation fellows that we had this year, and hearing more about the future of Age Social Work and what's coming up next. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Noelle Fields, who's chair of our awards committee, to start with the awards portion of our presentation.
Great, thank y'all. Everybody hear me okay? Well, welcome again to this wonderful event where we are getting to celebrate so many accomplishments from wonderful scholars, researchers, teachers, mentors, and colleagues and friends from Age Social Work. So I am very happy to have served as chair of the awards committee this year, and would also like to recognize the other members of the awards committee. So thanks to wonderful folks here that took a lot of time and thoughtful consideration of every application, of every article that was up for nomination for those awards, and that just really went above and beyond to help and get everything together in terms of voting and getting being here today. So thank y'all very much. Next slide, please. Yes, so we are going to start with our first award. Based on her outstanding service, education, and research in social work and aging, Meg Jenkins Morales is this year's recipient of the Age Social Work Doctoral Student Leadership Award. Meg is a doctoral candidate at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. The goal of Meg's research is to better understand the complex forces that drive health inequities in later life, with a particular focus on the connections between systemic racism, housing insecurity, and long-term care. In her work, Meg seeks to identify systems-level and practice-level solutions to address these interconnected social problems and ensure that everyone has the opportunity to age well in the community. Meg currently serves as the doctoral student representative on the Age Social Work Board of Directors. As an instructor, Meg is a valued mentor and committed to training the next generation of gerontological social workers in anti-oppressive practice. Congratulations, Meg. Oh, I'm sorry. Was Meg going to make some comments?
Yes. So if we can go back to Meg's picture for a moment, each of the award winners is going to have a chance to say just a few words. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Noelle, and thanks for your leadership on the awards committee. And I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Age Social Work and to Dr. Vivian Miller for the nomination. And receiving this award has really allowed me to reflect on the mentorship I have received, throughout my social work career. Starting at the University of Iowa, from my time at the Brown School, working in the field, and then now at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. And I'm really just trying to pay it forward as I move through the doctoral program. And finding Age Social Work as a doctoral student has really been instrumental. So thank you to the board and their work behind the scenes, keeping the pre-dissertation fellowship program going, and really just offering this amazing place for connection, especially as we have been, getting through this pandemic together and seeing the impact that it makes on older people and all of us. So again, thank you so much for the recognition. It's really an honor. And I'm very grateful to really everyone who makes Age Social Work possible and keep going. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Meg, for those remarks. So next, we have another celebration based on her research and scholarship in aging, her teaching in gerontology, and her service at regional, state, and national levels. Dr. Kathy Lee is this year's recipient of the Age Social Work Faculty Achievement Award. Dr. Lee is a tenure-track assistant professor at the University of Texas at Arlington School of Social Work. Her research focuses on older adults with Alzheimer's disease and related dementia and their family caregivers. She is interested in psychosocial interventions and community-based supports to improve their health and well-being. She's also interested in identifying disparities in health in healthcare systems by focusing on underrepresented populations in the field of aging. She is an early career reviewer for the Journal of the Society for Social Work and Research, and a community educator through the Alzheimer's Association in Dallas and Northeast Texas. We look forward to your remarks, Dr. Lee. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much. And recently my Facebook actually made me realize that I got the pre-dissertation award from Age Social Work exactly 6 years ago. So this award really means a lot. And then all the support that I've been able to receive from Age Social Work truly made me be who I am here today. And I'm especially thankful for Dr. Rebecca Moldin for her nomination. And then during this whole time in the field of social work, I'm really grateful for Dr. Holly Dabelko-Cheney, Jeannie Richardson, and Dr. Nancy Morrow-Howell, and Ernest Gonzalez, and Dr. Noel Fields, and Cynthia Doherty, who helped me throughout all of this journey, and then who inspired me to become a better researcher and scholar in the field. So thank you so much.
Thanks for your remarks, Dr. Lee. Next, we have our Career Leadership Award. Based on her significant contributions in aging research, teaching, and scholarship, Dr. Sarah Sanders is this year's recipient of the Age Social Work Leadership Award. This award also recognizes her outstanding service to age social work and gerontological social work. She is a professor in the School of Social Work and serves as the Dean of the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences at the University of Iowa. Dr. Sanders obtained her BSW from St. Olaf College, MSW from Washington University in St. Louis, and her PhD from the University of Maryland. Grounded in her practice experience with older adults and end-of-life care, Dr. Sanders' research pertains to grief and loss, dementia care, and how systems can better respond to the dying and their dying experience. She is published in gerontology and end-of-life care journals and has worked on multiple interdisciplinary research teams. Dr. Sanders has served as the president of Age Social Work and is a fellow of the Gerontological Society of America. Some of her greatest joys have come from teaching social work students for the past 20 years, and she's received countless teaching awards, including the President's Teaching Award from the University of Iowa. Thank you for the many ways that you have demonstrated your leadership, Dr. Sanders, including your service as past president and vice president of the Age Social Work Board, your involvement in the Age Social Work Pre-Dissertation Fellowship, and your current role as an editorial board member for the Journal of Gerontological Social Work. Thank you. And Nancy will be making remarks on behalf of Dr. Sanders.
So what happens when you become a big famous dean is that your schedule is not your own and you're not able to make these wonderful award ceremonies. So Sarah is very regretful that she can't be here today, but she did pass on some remarks that she asked me to share with all of you. First of all, she wants to thank everyone for this recognition. She says, Age Social Work has been an incredibly important organization throughout my life. To me, being in the room with the biggest stars in the field has always been so inspiring and made me want to tackle issues impacting older adults even more. As we know, issues impacting the older adults are becoming more and more complex, and for social work, it is essential, all caps, that we are leading these efforts. For many of us who've come through the ranks of organizations like Age Social Work, I challenge you to consider what you are doing or what you could do more of to build the next generation of leaders, those people who will soon be the biggest stars in the room. Social work must lead. We can't be sidelined in these efforts. If we don't have a seat at the table, build your own chair so you're there. Thank you again.
Thank you, Nancy. Our next award is the Career Achievement Award. This year's recipient of the Age Social Work Career Achievement Award is Dr. Nam-Ki Choi. This award recognizes a faculty member who has been an outstanding leader in social work education and aging with significant achievements in this area, including major research and publications, prominence in promoting education in gerontology, and mentoring faculty and students interested in aging. Dr. Choi is a professor and Lewis and Ann Woolen Centennial Chair in Gerontology in the University of Texas at Austin Steve Hicks School of Social Work. She received her MSW from the University of Minnesota and PhD in Social Welfare from the University of California at Berkeley. She received intensive training as a competitively selected scholar at the NIMH-funded Advanced Research Institute in Geriatric Mental Health at Weill Cornell Medical College. Dr. Choi's primary research practice goal is to improve access to mental health services for low income, especially racial and ethnic minority older adults. She has been a pioneer of telehealth delivery of mental health services for these older adults. Since 2009, with funding from the NIMH, NIMHD, AARP Foundation, and St. David's Foundation, Dr. Choi has led a team that conducted 4 randomized clinical trials of video conferenced depression treatments and prevention. Her community partners include Meals on Wheels, area agencies on aging, and other aging service network agencies. Dr. Choi and her team recently completed evaluation of the clinical and cost effectiveness of a brief tele-delivered and aging service embedded depression treatment by BSW level social workers. The successful outcomes of this service delivery model has been widely heralded for its potential for improved scalability and sustainability in the face of professional mental health workforce shortages. Lay counselor model was also proven effective for improving social connectedness and reducing social isolation and loneliness in older adults in both urban and rural areas. Dr. Choi has published over 200 peer-reviewed journal articles, 16 book chapters or books, and 2 treatment manuals. Her other areas of research include late life suicide and substance misuse. She has done extensive research on older adult suicide decedents with respect to physical and mental health precipitants. She has also widely published on the physical and mental health harms of substance misuse among older adults and urged healthcare and aging service professionals to screen for mental health and substance misuse and provide integrated physical and mental health services for older adults. Congratulations, Dr. Choi. We look forward to your comments.
Thank you so much, Noel, for your kind introduction. I also want to thank you, the AGESW board, for giving me this incredible, unexpected honor. I am humbled that I have been selected as this year's awardee, as I see the illustrious list of previous awardees. So I hope to continue my gerontological social work research, practice, and teaching in coming years to measure up to this Career Achievement Award. So I always feel a deep sense of pride in gerontological social work profession, as we are, as social workers, are essential advocates for well-being of older adults, especially those older adults who do not have informal support systems or are underserved by the formal support system. So when I look back on my 30 plus years of career in gerontological social work, research, practice, and teaching, I feel blessed that I have been able to work with and be supported by many mentors, colleagues, and students through heartfelt geriatric social work initiatives led by Barbara Berkman, Jim Loven, and Linda Harurian, and the AGESW with its able past and present leadership. The field of gerontological social work has been solidified. I have been a proud beneficiary of all these support systems. So once again, I thank you all for what you are doing to advance gerontological social work. Thank you.
Thanks, Nam-Ki. Congratulations. Our next award is related to the Rose Dobrof Award. It recognizes authors of articles published in the Journal of Gerontological Social Work that are methodologically rigorous, demonstrate strong innovation, and show a great impact in the field of gerontology. This year's recipient of the Rose Dobrof Award is Dr. Natalie Pope for her article titled, "Just Like Jail, Trauma Experiences of Older Homeless Men, published in the 2020 Journal of Gerontological Social Work, Issue 3. Dr. Pope is an associate professor and director of doctoral programs in the College of Social Work at the University of Kentucky. As a practitioner and a researcher, Dr. Pope has always been drawn to understanding people's lived experiences and the meaning people attribute to their experiences. Dr. Pope's passion for qualitative inquiry informs her scholarship and teaching in ways that include teaching and mentoring students in qualitative methods and collaborating with colleagues on qualitative and mixed methods projects. Dr. Pope's scholarship focuses in the areas of family caregiving across the lifespan, behavioral health of community-dwelling older adults, and planning for future care in aging families. Dr. Pope serves on the editorial board for the Journal of Women in Aging and is an active member of the Fayette County Senior Services Commission in Lexington, Kentucky, where she resides with her husband and son. Congratulations, Dr. Pope. We'd love to hear your remarks.
Okay. Hi, I am so honored to receive this award. I very much respect Age Social Work and the Journal of Gerontological Social Work. This paper came from a qualitative project seeking to understand the return path to homelessness for men who had previously secured permanent housing. And this study came about quite serendipitously, and so it wouldn't have happened without the collaboration with several people who I would like to acknowledge. First, I just want to thank Susan Buccino. She is my colleague and friend at the University of Louisville and the College of Public Health. Susan was a co-I on this project and also helped to author this paper. Susan had extensive background working with homeless individuals, and she also had an established relationship with St. John Center. And St. John Center is the Homeless Day Service Center that helped us recruit participants and also graciously provided us with space to conduct our interviews. And in all of my interactions with the St. John Center staff, I was impressed with their, how they treated their clients with such dignity, and they just demonstrated really, unwavering commitment to the men who they serve. And so I'm grateful for St. John Center's help. And also we had a couple of graduate students help us with data collection. So I just want to acknowledge them. Casey Corsi, Tiki Brown, and Shandaya Thrasher. And lastly, Sarah Asienzo. Sarah's third author on this paper. She's my former student and now colleague at North Carolina State University. When I realized this reoccurring theme of trauma in our interview data, and I knew I wanted to write a paper about it, I knew that I needed Sarah's help. Her expertise on trauma and trauma-informed care really made this paper what it was. So thank you very much. I'm very grateful for this award. Thanks.
Thanks, Natalie. Congratulations. We also would like to recognize a runner-up for the Rose Dobrof Award. This year's runner-up is Dr. Christina Miyawaki for her article titled Vietnamese Adult Child and Spousal Caregivers of Older Adults in Houston, Texas. Results from the Vietnamese Aging and Care Survey, published in the 2020 Journal of Gerontological Social Work, Issue 63. Dr. Miyawaki is an associate professor at the University of Houston Graduate School of Social Work. Overall, her research centers on the health and well-being of older adults of color and their family caregivers. Trained as a bilingual geriatric social worker, she has firsthand working experience with family caregivers and their care recipients from a variety of racial and ethnic groups. As a gerontologist, she developed a strong foundation in health disparities research, especially focusing on Asian American populations. We look forward to your remarks.
I just made her a panelist, so she's might not be ready to make remarks yet, but you are a panelist if you want to say something. Well, congratulations, Christina. Todd, if you want to move on to the next slide. Okay, we're going to transition at this point over to Robin Boniface, who is the editor-in-chief of the Journal of Gerontological Social Work, to give us some journal updates and to present some awards of her own. Those award winners will not speak at this point, but we are acknowledging them, and please feel free to celebrate them in the chat like you all have been doing so wonderfully.
Thank you so much, Nancy, and congratulations to the two award winners that we just heard about. That was wonderful. First, I want to let everybody know it's sort of an award for the journal itself. The impact factor was recently announced, and it's now at I got to double check my numbers here. It's now at 1.69. So we are also excited about that because last year it was like 0.8 and now 1.69. So it's really gone up a lot, and there's a lot of pride in that. People are citing the work that you are all publishing. Okay, I'm ready for the next slide. So here's just some awards from the journal that I wanted everyone to be aware of. And like Nancy said, people don't have to give a speech. This is just acknowledging some important work. So first of all, we have an award for the best article responding to the special call for work on social and economic justice, which was sponsored by Wayne State University with a $500 award for the winner. And that goes to Megan Jenkins Morales, Vivian Miller, and Tyrone Hamler for their article, Dismantling Systemic Racism in Long-Term Services and Supports, a call to actions for social workers. And this is not in print yet, but it's available online. It's coming out in volume 65-2, which will be out in March. Okay, and then 3 more articles to draw your attention to. So first we have the most downloaded articles from 2002. So this article was downloaded from our website 5,885 times by Carol Cox, Older Adults and COVID-19, Social Justice, Disparities, and Social Work Practice. And then this one was the article most mentioned in news outlets and in social media. So this is the most tweeted about article, the most article most mentioned on Facebook, most often appearing in newspapers and news outlets. So 313 times, an article by Megan Ebor, Tamara Loeb, and Laura Trujillo. Social workers must address intersecting vulnerabilities among non-institutionalized Black, Latinx, and older adults of color during COVID-19 pandemic. And then next is the one that's been most cited by other authors. And this one's been cited 29 times. Geriatric care during public health emergencies, lessons learned from the novel coronavirus disease pandemic. So you can see there's sort of a theme here. They're all about COVID-19. So these were published in 2020. So when COVID was something we weren't quite experts in yet. So congratulations to all of these for their work that's been very widely read and acknowledged from the journal.
It's now my honor to introduce you to the 2021 pre-dissertation class. Before I do that, I want to note that the $500 award winners, Meg, Vivian, and Tyrone, were all pre-dis alumni and met through H Social Work. So it is one of those wonderful H Social Work collaborations that we all hope to see and hope to foster through all of what we do in H Social Work. So Todd's going to go through the 3 slides of the H Social Work pre-dissertation class this year, and I want to shout out to the pre-dissertation class for being this cohort in the virtual conference. In 2020, we didn't have a cohort. The virtual conference, we weren't going to do it, and so I'm thrilled that we decided to do it again this year, and we're recognizing our 10 wonderful students Now we know what they've probably missed out on is networking with all of you at the reception and meeting other people. So Todd, can you flip to the first slide? We're going to share their names and their affiliations with you, and we encourage people to reach out to them. Their areas of interest went out in an Age Social Work newsletter earlier this year. We can resend those. You can feel free to reach out to any of the executive committee or to Marla Bergweger and Tracy Schrepfer, who we thank for all of their hard work with the pre-dissertation fellows program, to please reach out to the students and help them make those connections that they missed out on at the regular reception. So next slide, please, Todd. So congratulations to our 2021 pre-dissertation fellows class. And now I'm going to turn this over to Cherry Park, who with Meg Jenkins-Morales is one of our Age Social Work student board members.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. And I'm here today to briefly share what we do for our doctoral student programs. One of the things we do to promote gerontological social work education is the webinars. As you can see here, if you visit our website and then click members only and then resources, you can access the recorded webinars created since last year. Next slide, please. The webinars were mainly informative sessions about job preparation or academic tasks students do, such as writing dissertation or publishing research. I think these resources are really, really helpful because faculty members were invited to share most up-to-date information and useful tips. And what makes these special is that they address the needs of students, particularly focused on gerontological social work. And the best thing is they offer free access. So I encourage you to take a look at these webinars when you can and introduce them to other students who might be interested. And also we are looking for the next topics. So if any of you have any suggestions, please feel free to let us know. Another program that we are planning is an interdisciplinary networking event, tentatively scheduled in next February. And this idea was first brought up at our Hangout event in last October among doc students studying aging and social work across the country. In this networking event, we will have a chance to mingle with those studying aging in other disciplines, so outside social work. And I'm expecting it will create opportunity to collaborate for research and to broaden our perspectives. So we will keep you updated on this. So please get the word out and reach out to us for any ideas for webinars, newsletters, and topics for other programs. So yeah, that's it on my end for today. Thank you.
Thank you to our student leaders for all of their hard work in connecting other students in this virtual time. And last but not least, I'm going to turn our event over to our president, Tam Perry, for her closing remarks, state of the organization. I'm not sure what you want to call them, Tam, but it's all yours.
Well, again, thank you so much for coming today. It's really great to see everyone and to know that our community this afternoon, last Friday at the roundtables, that we're strong and we're surviving ourselves even in these difficult times. So thank you to our members for working so hard, each of you in your own communities through your research, teaching, and service. Thank you for continuing to be engaged in age social work programs, submitting to the journal, sending in job announcements, and other opportunities. And I can't see both the slides. You can also switch to the next slide. Next slide, please, Todd. Thank you to our board. You know, you just heard from Sherry, the student members are just fabulous. We also really appreciate Noelle, who's transitioning off. She's done a great job leading us. So thank you, all board members, for volunteering their time to move the organization forward. Next slide, please. Okay, got it. We are lucky to have the pre-disc back. Thank you, Marla and Tracy, for your continued leadership. We know how vital this program and other support for students remains, and we are committed to keep this work going. We know that the arc of justice is far-reaching, and we must always advocate for older adults to be rendered visible and train others to do so. Let's see. From last December until we gather today, so much has happened. The pandemic has proven that this illness crosses all ages. Globally, we realized that the best tools in our toolkit are not good enough without understanding the barriers to uptake. We as social workers have known this all along. So this afternoon, as we recognize our award winners, we must find some joy in this late Friday to say, well done. And so here's something I'd like to end with to keep us all upbeat, because after all, it is an award ceremony, and to wish everyone happy holidays. I'm gonna see if this works. It's a surprise. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. That's it. Thank you so much. Happy holidays. Thank you so much for being with us, and for sure be in touch with any of us, and we wish everyone the best.
Well, Tam, you've got a volunteer to join you in playing the piano next year. So.
Oh, excellent. Excellent.
You're multi-talented, Tam.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.